Oxtail. Crosscut shank with the bone. Marrow bone. Malt. High. With water just above the meat. Just like that there. Burn it up. Bring it to a boil. While you're waiting, make your aromatics. Roasting them. 2 tablespoons coriander seed. Malt. High. Fennel seed. Malt. High. Tablespoons. Malt. Teaspoon cloves. Malt. High. Ba. Cardamom pods. Va bon star anise. Oh gosh, it already smells so good. But now we're gonna heat it up, make it smell even better. Hot, dry pan, no oil in there. And we're just gonna give them a little shaky from time to time. Let them kind of change color. The yummy smells will come out of there. That means I'm gonna put those. This has been going for a couple minutes boiling here. Let's go pour it out. Boy, oh boy, she's looking real nice. Wash 'em real good. Wash and rinse a dame boonge. Maybe I over roasted them a bit, but yeah, I think it's fine. All right, I'm gonna put the spices in a cheesecloth. Now I've got a nice little spice ball here. I'm gonna spin it right here where my fingers are and then tie it off so it won't come undone inside my broth. Like that. Okay, and then into the big pot goes the beef. And the aromatics. That means roasted onions and ginger. Bam. Bleh. Bleh. And just spice bag. Boom. But really I want it down in here, because we're gonna cover this all up with some water and cook it. Also, I pulled the spare ribs aside. We don't want those to overcook. So we'll cover it all with water. Cover it with water. And some more water. Get it covered. I say let's go for it. All right, let's get her hot. Yeehaw. Knows I forgot the cinnamon sticks. We're gonna heat up the pan and get these guys going, and we'll just toss it in there with them and pull them out when it's time to pull all the spices out. No harm, no foul. Here we go. All right, I reckon that's good enough. I'm gonna burn my fingers and throw them in. Hot. Hot. And there you go. 2 years later. Okay, we're finally boiling. I'm gonna turn it down to a simmer. All the way down. Bring it down. I'm gonna put a lid on it. I'm gonna let it go for 2 hours. I'm going to add back in the short ribs with about an hour left on the timer, just to make sure they get done. We'll pull them out when we pull all the beef out except for the bones in 1 hour. Here we go. Since I added those and they're cold, I'm gonna bring it up to a rolling boil and then turn it back to a simmer. Turn it all the way up. Get it good and hot, and then I'll turn it back to a simmer for the next hour and 1 minute. And then we'll come back. Okay, we gotta go fish out the stuff. So out comes the what's it called? Oh my gosh. Ginger. Onion. Onion. Spice sack. dinner. Oxtails come out. So grabbing out the ribs, and we'll take the shank out too. Ooh, we lost the marrow in there. That's good news. Get the last of the ribs and the shank and the last bits of cinnamon. The only thing that should be left in there is them old bones, them soup bones, and marrow bones. And we're gonna let those go for like 12 hours. So let's do that. We're gonna move those in there, put that on top, and then off we go. Goodbye, 12 hours. Night night. So let's do it. Put it on there. That goes on there. Top on it, and then all that yummy meat's gonna go in the fridge. We'll let it cool off. We will slice it up for later. All right, it's been 11 hours, gonna turn it. Wow, it really smells like cinnamon. I hope I got it all out of there. All right, I'm gonna pull the bones out and put them aside over here. Because we can use those in a stock or something after this, but we're just done with it in the pho. There was another cinnamon stick in there. This is gonna be a very cinnamon pho. Whoops. Go from this to this. I'm swirling it, and it's gonna make all the fat kind of collect in the center here. You can see it's kind of, some of it, not all of it, has collected in the center. I'm just gonna get in and kind of scoop some of it out. That didn't work at all. I'm gonna find a different tool. All right, we're gonna try again. There's a big spot right here, and I'm gonna just grab it. And then, you know, I got some broth in there, but there's a lot of fat there, so I'm just gonna call that. See if I can get to a little closer to the top this time. You can see what I'm grabbing. That some of it's fat and some of it's broth, but I think the clear stuff is the fat. Trying it again. Gave it another good spin. Gonna get in here right in the middle and see if I can't get some fat out of it. Ooh, look at how good that's working. Try one more time here. Let's see how we do. Ooh, it's getting pretty cloudy, but there's still some fat, but we're gonna be okay with that. This might be the last one. See, it's a little bit cloudier. Can you see that? Yeah, and so there's flavor and stuff we're taking out of there. I'm gonna stop at this point, I think. You can see the fat on top opposed to the broth at the bottom from what we pulled off just now. Okay, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar. I don't have rock sugar, so we're just using the regular kind. And 2 teaspoons of salt. Oh, and fish sauce. And now we're gonna simmer and stir. Yes, don't forget, dried mushrooms. I'm doing this instead of MSG for that added umami. And stir real good. Get it up to a good boil, and then we'll bring it down to a simmer. Let it sit for about 30 minutes. And there it is, my very first pho broth. I look forward to making more. I'll show you how we put together a bowl in a bit. Okay, let's set it up. We'll grab an oxtail. Get one of the bigger ones for Pho Bo. Boom. One for Papa. Boom. Let's get like, I don't know, 3 of these ribs here each. 3 more in this one. And I'm also gonna do just like a little handful of this shank meat that I cut up real small. Remember that big beef shank that had the bone in the middle? I sliced them up small after we cooked them. And the little oxtail will be for Huckleberry. He gets a couple of these rib boys. And some of the shank meat too. Off we go. All right, we're just fluffing these up a bit. You gotta kind of do this right out of it or they get sticky. And then we're gonna get just a little bit, we're gonna do a little less than the restaurant might do. We don't need all those carbs. Oops, I dropped some.
Which one's yours?
One of these two.
These
I'm
are
trying to make these two even. All right, so next we want to garnish these with some stuff. Here we go. All right, I have heated the broth up. As you can see, we're going to take it from here to the table and ladle it directly into the bowls. Here we go. All right, boys, so we are going to jump in here. We were going to ladle some of this on top. Oh, first I want to garnish it. So here, will you hold this for me?
Yes, Dada.
I'm going to do a little of this.
May I?
I want a whole sprig for me. So I'm just, yes, you may. I'm going to take all these basil leaves. Yes, please.
Oops.
I didn't have Thai basil available, so I'm using Genovese. But hey, you know, I would use Thai basil if I had it. But using what you got is
Huck, you want garnish yours?
particularly wonderful flavor.
Yeah. Do you want lime? Do you want some jalapenos?
These on yours. We'll put a little of this in there, a little of that in there, a little of that in there. You want just a little more of that. And then I also like, ooh, did this not get opened? Silly goose. I like hoisin and sriracha in mine.
Sriracha to me, this guy, I think it'd be the best hot sauce in the world. I mean, it's nice. It starts out like ketchup, but be warned, it goes to ghost pepper mode
Nice. I like that.
Thank
Good,
Don't-
good food critique there. Hoisin's nice too. It's kind of like a
Sour,
savory,
sweet.
a little bit sour, kind of a plum sauce, kind of.
Yeah.
And this, we call it sriracha. My Vietnamese friend I used to live with, he just called it tong ut. He called it tong ut. And then when his Vietnamese friends would say which one, he'd say cum ga dam pho. Ga is chicken, and dam pho means that you would put in your pho. So what does he mean? He meant this one, sriracha. Okay, here we go. Super hot stuff right over the top. And in it comes.
I think you need a little
Oh,
more
I still
soup.
need to add sriracha to mine.
What's sriracha again? Oh, yeah.
The red stuff.
I prefer to add it after so I can taste it so I don't do too much.
Look at that. Ooh la la. Let's get huckleberries in here. And we will bon appetit over here, boys.
Well, Bo appetit me.
Oh, very good.
That doesn't mean just you get to eat both.
Yes, I know. I'm saying
It's
gotta.
been fun learning a little bit more Vietnamese.
I don't want
the
to.
numbers in this video. I used mok for 1 and hai for 2. I think we might have said ba at one point. For 3, mok hai ba bom is 4.
Man, Dad, this is really cool. I'm proud that you made this.
Thanks.
It takes
right.
all day,
We're
but
ready to dig in. Let's say goodbye. Thanks for joining us, kiddo. This has been fun. Have a good one.
bye, Huck. Say bye.
I'm gonna fudge me because I haven't had it in anything.
I'm going to say I added a little salt and pepper because it was a little bland. And boy, oh boy, sriracha and the hoisin, this tastes is pretty close to the real thing. Looking forward to round 2.